Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the information session of Advanced Manufacturing Engineering Certificate Program. My name is Winnie Kong-Abreu, Program Manager at Extension and International Programs of Cal State University Fullerton. Thank you all for joining us. And before we start, I would like to remind you a few things. This session will be recorded, and the recording will be shared and posted for marketing and the promotion purpose. Please keep yourself muted during the presentation and type in questions in chat. They will be answered at the end of the presentation. And we have a poll here, and if you could take a moment to submit your answer, that would be greatly appreciated. Okay, thank you. This is the results. All right, so today we are going to cover below items during the session. Can we go to the next slide, Sergio? Thank you. We're going to meet our team members, and also we'll share with you about the program overview, and also our lead instructor, Sergio James, will present. And also we will share with you program schedule and the online registration information. And we will have time for Q&A. At the end, we will share with you our contact information. Please meet our team members, Dr. Sergio James. He's our lead instructor, and our instructional designer, Blake Gastrick, and Rayleigh Sedona, our program coordinator. She will be the main point of contact to support students during the program. And then myself, I'm the program manager, also work very closely with our team members in the program. And this program is designed to introduce the principles of advanced manufacturing technologies, along with providing hands-on training on state-of-the-art manufacturing technologies. It enables participants to experience a rich occupational experience and continuous skills improvement. It will enhance the competitiveness, technical knowledge, and resulting working efficiency in manufacturing sector. It is an online synchronized program The instructor will have virtual office hours every week. It consists of 4 required courses and take 4 months to complete. Upon completion of the program, students awarded a certificate from Cal State Fullerton, along with 50 class hours and 5 CEUs, which is continuing education unit. In addition, our students will have free access to software like Adobe, AWS Educate, Dropbox, Grammarly, LinkedIn Learning, Office 365, Qualtrics, SPSS, Windows 10, and Zoom. Next slide, please. Now, I would like to introduce our lead instructor, Dr. Sajil James. Dr. James is currently working as assistant professor in mechanical engineering department at College of Engineering and Computer Science at Cal State Fullerton. He received his master's and PhD degrees in mechanical engineering from the University of Cincinnati. His primary research areas are advanced manufacturing, smart manufacturing, and process modeling and simulation. Dr. James brings in more than 15 years of combined academic research and industry experience in the manufacturing field. So now let's welcome Dr. James.
All right, thanks, Winnie, for the introduction. Now I'll talk about the program goals and the objectives. So most of you are familiar with manufacturing degree programs and maybe some of the certificate programs. How are we different? So I will like to say that this particular program is focused on the fundamentals of manufacturing. The most traditional degree programs or certificate programs solely focus on the hands-on aspect. So we are focusing more on the fundamental science, engineering, and technology of manufacturing. We are also aiming to expose the students to the cutting-edge technologies. As some of you are familiar, I did see the poll and I noticed some of you are already working in the manufacturing sector. Most of the traditional manufacturing degree programs focus on the traditional knowledge or textbook-based knowledge. We are trying to move away from textbook. We have seen there are quite a considerable evolution in manufacturing technologies, or maybe over last 2 or 3 decades. And we are trying to bring that knowledge into this particular certificate program. Specifically, we are trying to give students with skills training in advanced manufacturing. They're trying to meet a requirement of the market, which is to fulfill the manufacturing workforce. Also, we are trying to provide a career pathway for some of you, if not all of you, in the field of manufacturing industries, which is highly lucrative. Let me just move forward. Some of the key benefits of our certificate program. Most of you would agree that certificates or credentials are essential for finding jobs, let alone manufacturing jobs. But in manufacturing particularly, the employers are looking for certificates or targeted degree programs, which gives you the specific skills needed for you to be successful in that particular job, rather than just a degree. So you are talking about a targeted certificate, and that's something that this particular certificate provides. Also, we are talking about high-paying jobs, which are extremely prevalent. The forecast says there are millions of jobs being opened over the next 10 years. By 2030, we are talking about roughly 3 to 4 million jobs that would be available and may even go unfulfilled if we don't have programs like this. So that's something that we are aware of and we are trying to address. Also, you get the opportunity to earn the continuous education unit CEUs. And for recent graduates, this is an opportunity to also step into maybe higher degree programs if you are interested to do a master's or maybe even a PhD degree program. We have several benefits with this particular certificate program. Moving forward, who should attend or who should take our certificate program? We are targeting a wide range of audience or students here, including the junior community college students who don't want to go through a 4-year degree, but you still want to get a credential in manufacturing. This is an opportunity for you. undergraduate students. If you are in mechanical engineering or not, you can go through our program, get the fundamentals knowledge of manufacturing and get into the workforce. We are also targeting fresh university graduates as well as young professional engineers. Some of the young professional engineers, those who are attending here, I believe you belong to that category and you want to maybe increase your profile, or you want to switch your profile to a more manufacturing specific career. So this is something that our certificate would provide. Also, we are thinking about manufacturing industries. This is a request that I often receive from employers and industry owners in manufacturing sector, that they want their employees to get trained through maybe a short certificate program or a degree program. A degree program, of course, take long time. So certificate is a right choice there. So we have that option as well. Career pathways, we have a wide range of jobs that would be opening in the manufacturing sector, but specifically we are focusing on advanced manufacturing jobs or maybe technology intensive manufacturing jobs. That would include advanced manufacturing processes as well as technologies, also automation, robotics, and even research and development kind of jobs. So there's a whole bunch of jobs that are being created. Some of them are brand new, some of them have been existing, but they are remodeling it with manufacturing emphasis. So you have a wide range of job profiles that you can pick from. Let me just move forward. As Vinny mentioned, there are 4 courses as part of this particular certificate program. I will briefly go over those 4 courses. The first course is on advanced materials and manufacturing processes. This particular course would talk about materials, not in the traditional sense, but in the advanced area that includes metals, polymers, ceramics, and most importantly, composite materials, which are emerging. And we would find their applications. We know these materials are great, but what is missing here is we clearly don't know what are the manufacturing techniques that are used or that could be used for these particular materials to make into a reality. And without that knowledge, some of these materials still remain in the labs or the research labs. They don't really enter the manufacturing industries. So we try to relate the material knowledge, that knowledge of advanced materials, with the advanced manufacturing processes, and with which you would be able to make these materials into real world engineering products and components. As the second part of this particular course, we will focus on both non-traditional as well as advanced manufacturing processes. We are strictly focusing on process level rather than technology level. Process level in the sense how the process works, what's the science behind the process, and what's the challenges in that particular process, and what this process can do, which materials can it process, and what are the improvements and potentially the changes happening in that particular process. Most of these processes are, even though they are new, they still undergo evolution because they are not like a clearly set process. It would take some more time. The second part of the second course is the industrial automation and smart manufacturing. As some of you are familiar with the smart technologies, we are hearing this every day. The smart technologies, what I'm talking about here is internet-based technologies or automation and extreme robotics and all those kind of technologies which are slowly coming into the manufacturing industries. Why I'm saying slowly is because unlike the smartphone technology that most of you are familiar, manufacturing industries are a bit behind. They take some time before they embrace these technologies, and that time is because they are not familiar and they don't want to take risk with unfamiliar technologies. And so that's the reason why this is often coming with a resistance. Because for some of the manufacturers, even though they acknowledge the benefits of this smart technologies, they still have hesitation because of the risk that is involved, right? There's huge investments and so on, but it comes with a huge benefit as well. So this particular course would focus on those technologies, specifically Industry 4.0 or the 4th industrial revolution. This includes all sort of smart technologies, including IoT, industry, Internet of Things, cloud manufacturing. We will talk about big data, real-time process monitoring, 5G, artificial intelligence, and so on. In addition, we will also talk about automation concepts, programming, CNC programming, and automation in all different aspects of manufacturing, including material handling, metal identification, storage, quality inspection, process automation, and so on. Okay, so that's course number 2. Course number 3, we are focusing on additive manufacturing, commonly known as 3D printing. Instead of focusing on hands-on 3D printing, we will be more giving emphasis on the principles of 3D printing. We will focus on mass customization, product innovation, and the ability for the 3D printing technology as such to work with a wide range of materials, including the advanced engineering materials. So not just the polymers, not just the metals, but a wide range of materials, including composites, alloys, and those emerging smart materials. Also, we will be talking a little bit about modeling, simulation. So you will be getting knowledge about what the engineering behind 3D printing. So you probably would be able to use it and maybe develop or improve the 3D printing technologies or address the challenges of existing additive manufacturing processes. And the last course, course number 4, is on process modeling, analysis, and optimization, which is a key part of modern manufacturing engineering industries. This is something that you definitely can have along with your hands-on knowledge. So having a knowledge on modeling, analysis, optimization is something that most manufacturing business owners would love to have, because at the end of the day, this is what makes the business successful. And if you have this knowledge, you can take the manufacturing operations to the next level. You can identify the problems with the existing processes from a different perspective. We are not talking about the machines, we are not talking about the technology, but the science behind it, and what those science can be, how the science can be used to better that process. Okay, that's the whole idea. We would model the process, think about various ways to analyze the process. As some of you are familiar with manufacturing operations, and you probably wouldn't realize that these processes are extremely complex, and it's often very hard to model or even analyze these processes, because there are multiple constraints, multiple factors coming into the picture. So it's definitely not a straightforward process. So it's important to know how the process works, how can it be controlled, and what are the techniques that can be used to better this process, to perform it at the most optimal level. And we are talking about industry scale manufacturing. Those tiny bit of details, those small changes, or those things make a huge impact when we talk about mass production or at commercial scale productions. So those are 4 courses. Currently, we have 4 core courses in this particular process in this degree, certificate program. And we are trying to bring as much knowledge from the latest development, moving away from the traditional textbook knowledge already there, but we are trying to add the recent, maybe last 2 decades knowledge that is not necessarily there in most textbooks. You may be able to find in bits and pieces on internet, but it's not consolidated. So we are trying to bring them in one single program for you. Winnie, I think this is your slide.
Thank you so much, Dr. James. Dr. James is the soul of the program, and we truly appreciate for all your hard work to create, develop, and teach the program. Thank you. This is the sneak peek of the program schedule for fall. The fall schedule and registration will be available on Tuesday, July 6th. Even though there's no prerequisite for the first 3 courses, we highly recommend and encourage students to take the courses in sequence in order to complete the program in 4 months. Go to next. Thank you. So the registration, like I mentioned, will be available on July 6th. And if you have any question, if you need any help to enroll, you can contact our student services and email them at eip-connect@fullerton.edu. And we have plenty of time for Q&A. So if students have any questions, feel free to bring it up.
You can either ask or you can type in the chat box.
No question?
I have one. As far as the actual room, like well, hold on, let me rephrase that. Are we gonna be having the classes at the university? Because I know they're opening like all the schools and stuff like that, or is it gonna be online or both? How is that gonna work?
Good question, Jorge. This is the online synchronized class. So basically, student will take the class online. There's no in-person classes. And the instructor, Dr. James, he will have office hours live session virtually every week. So once you enroll the class, he will make announcement to which day, to meet students. If you have any questions, they can feel free to go to that virtual office hours to, to connect with Dr. James.
Okay. Just to add, we originally designed for a hands-on in-person kind of program, but considering the current way of the pandemic plus the way the people are changing their work style, we felt like the remote working may probably benefit most of you because you have the flexibility as well. But at the same time, if the campus is open and you want to come to our research facility, want to have like a first-hand experience, we are open for that as well. So we really want you to gain knowledge as much as through this program. But primarily we are offering the asynchronous like virtual mode. But again, we feel free to stay in touch with me. We can definitely make arrangements.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sorry, I think I made a mistake when I mentioned about the program format is asynchronized. Yeah, the session.
Do you have more questions?
Yeah, any other questions? Dr. James, it's great to know, if the student need it, they can go on campus to go to our lab and we can make arrangement for them. That's great to know. If there are no more questions, we can go to the next page. We will provide you our contact information for further questions, or in the future, if you need any help from us, feel free to reach out to both Rayleigh and I and me, and we'll be more than happy to help you along the road. And we sincerely welcome you to the program in fall, and thank you so much for joining us today. And we hope you have a great summer and hope to see you in fall.